Welcome, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745, and we're going to be invading France. Yes, a fall gelb is coming, and I'll be talking about my plans for it. But before we get into that, hey, beginning of the year, if you're new here, please subscribe. And you can hit that like button, even those live on YouTube. You can do that now, or on Twitch. We just like to have you around, so please follow the channel. Right, okay. The situation is this. It is May 19th, obviously, up here. We have invaded Norway. Now, there's a few little problems with Germany and Black Ice. They have some great techs here, but unfortunately, you need landing craft, and landing craft take quite a while. Now, we've got some, and they're sort of expensive to build because they're meant to be more than just the landing craft. They're the support ships that go along with it, and we really can't easily or readily come up and invade up here terribly effective. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's difficult. So I've taken out Denmark, and I've done a parachute landing over here in how do you pronounce this? Kristiansand. And then I did a quick shuffle of some divisions across there and spreading out here, pushing up there. Once I get maybe up to Trondheim, I will then try another naval invasion up to here. So we're still playing that. Now we've got a nice little naval battle going on out here. And hello, Rick, how you doing? Do you play War Thunder as well? Which premiums do you recommend? Yes, play a lot of War Thunder. We will be playing live tomorrow, I hope. War Thunder. Well, that's a big question. There's a lot of good premiums. I like the Panzer 470A. That's really good as a premium tank destroyer or a real good penetration, low BR. So that's something. Well, yes, and hello, Eagle 6. How you doing? So yeah, I'm not going to do too big of an evaluation right now, but come back tomorrow. I mean, hang around, Rick, but we can talk more details and maybe even play War Thunder, because I will be playing with all the viewers as well. Right. I'm still playing with Black Ice 11, not 11.1 that's come out, just because need to start over to do that, and I haven't yet. This seems very stable, very good on the whole. Third Reich Events does change things, though, in some significant ways. They can be undone if you don't like you want to play Third Reich Events but don't like the changes. You don't have to have all of my changes in there to do that. Right, I'm going to move you back to here. I want to hold that. So we are looking at that is the Denmark situation. So what I'm going to do here is use these liners which move fast. Yes, Happy New Year. Turn to, and you can see they've been shot up a little bit because we have, I'm going to, do we want to watch this as a bombing? I've moved a lot of air power up here to be able to really try to push. They got HMS Courageous carrier, Devonshire heavy destroyer, and some light cruisers. B3. That's naval battle still going on, but let's look at our way from here. We'll start doing elite commando unit improvements and submarine crew berthing. Out, but does it open up any other. Yeah, there we go. Do that. So I'm using motor torpedo boats. I'm going to use them up, meaning they're going to be eventually destroyed as a um, hitting and hopefully taking out. Because when they come into battle, it allows a lot of the air to come in as well and do a lot of damage to the enemy shipping. So we have this port here. We don't. Oh, am I flying air supply? Probably not. No, we need to air supply up into there. There. That everyone is moving. Hello, Road Manor. How you doing? Happy New Year. So we'll do some air supply to keep these guys going. Yeah. Christian Sands. That's probably our best bet. Oh, probably going on to the wrong ships. Let's move these out here. Hopefully they'll survive the move without too close of an escort. Well, mentioning that, where are my... Right here. Okay, that's, yeah, pretty close. But escort, we'll get to the France really soon. Back, okay, they've left the port. Can I get a third division here on board? Yes, I don't want, well, no, I don't want to lose a division if we lose a transport. We're going to rebase so that if there's a battle going on, we can choose not to immediately go out there. Well, I hope your new year hasn't been bad yet. It's just started. Okay, so that is going to keep going, and we need to watch that. Now, let me explain some of my tactical plans here. I don't know if they're going to work well or not, but I've created something I don't like doing. It's not entirely unrealistic, but it's somewhat. I've created basically a fortress busting division here. They definitely did do attachments to divisions, like Strum Pioneer Battalion 43, I presume, really did exist. They did have elite type, units like that in the German army that would get temporarily attached to divisions. Now I've removed the, oh yeah, I don't know if I should remove the horse transport. I removed the reconnaissance because that just speeds it up, because this isn't going to move anywhere. As you can see, if we were going to move it to this other province, well, let's see, June 24th, 1940, it's going to take over a month to get to the next province with this if we move this regularly, because of the railway. So we're going to have to strategically move it. Gun. This railway gun does basically no damage and does, soft attack. But what it does do is, like forward attack, it's a multiplier to the other units within this division, not other units stacked with it, but other units in this division, of 290% on fort attack, urban attack 210%. So it is a force multiplier, and that's what it's meant to be. This here, elite Pioneer Battalion, yeah, has 30 soft attack, which is very good, but it also is another multiplier by 75%. We have heavy artillery instead of regular artillery with this division. So you have a 138% multiplier. And these are all sort of, don't ask me to do math even anytime, but sort of worked out along with other multipliers which may not be good and averaged out. So they all sort of average out, but you got a lot of help here for attacks and movements against forts and cities primarily. So what I'm hoping to do is take Maastricht here, come over to Hasselt, and then maybe up to Leuven here, and be able to bombard these forts and cities with this sort of super division. We've also got von Manstein over here, who's also a fortress buster trait. Now, he has a fortress buster trait, and he has fortress buster traits. So they're all, force multiplying this. And he has yes, Arno, a heavy armored regiment as part of his division, an extra added attachment. So get him across the river so there's no river crossing penalties for his division as well. And pound on Liège, Namur, Brussels, and Antwerp. And really be able to put in some extra heavy firepower, if you will, on these, because these can be a real bitch to take. And these Sturm Pioneering Commandos are like the, are meant to sort of give the effects that you see with the Ebenemal airborne assault of, airborne pioneers or combat engineers that took that fortress out. And that's what that's meant to sort of simulate here. And it is best to attack. I mean, sometimes these units are attached to the higher HQ, and I bring the higher HQs into combat just to get these guys directly into combat as well. But I think it's best to put them into a division like this. And also, and I've played out the early phases of this, so part of this is in essence a replay. I'm also gonna move these guys up here because these two brigades here also have pretty good fort attack. The Waffen SS here, so that's also going to come in here. And urban, it's also good on urban attack, I believe. Where maybe not, I don't know. Do we have an? Yeah, urban attack. Oh, it's just only -5%. Okay, so they're going to come in here and really sort of mess with it. Well, they're using the Neubartfahrzeug as a graphical, or what's up here. But I think that's just sort of immersion. I think it has heavier armor, because if you know about the Neubartfahrzeug, it does not have heavy armor. It has barely standard armor. But, so we're going to have that be ready to advance into there. So I'm going to let this unit get in here before we kick that off. And so you can look here, this unit here is moving at 10 kilometers an hour, and so is this one. It's moving slow because these auxiliary vessels are stacked with it. And that means if you use those and move anything, you will get in multiple combats here. You can't run past blockades, if you will. But using these liners, you're at 18 kilometers an hour, and you might be able to avoid engagements, or if you get into them, they're storming their beach. That's what I was expecting. So we're coming back into there, and you stop there. If you're playing Black Ice, the German light vehicle is air transportable, air droppable, but it takes a lot of weight here that makes not necessarily you don't necessarily have enough aircraft to move them. So I drop them without the light vehicles, and then later ship them across and speed them up. you know, my friend D-Safe, who's becoming one of the great developers of Black Ice, or is the great developer now of Black Ice, sort of was surprised that one of the units was doing what it was supposed to do. And we can't have that. I hope they're going to readjust it, or I'll have to go in. Special purpose armor is called special purpose armor in Black Ice because it isn't just amphibious armor. It sort of starts out and use uh, icons for amphibious armor, but it very quickly got airdrop ability, and so it's very light. It's expensive. It's not very good armor, so it's not like you're putting proper armor divisions anywhere. But it is airdroppable, and that's why they went with the generic name special purpose armor instead of amphibious armor, because it is air mobile as well. So we can see here, I think we've lost a few because none of my original motor torpedo boats were just 2 units. They're going on, but that's again to hopefully pin them in location. To then have these guys come in and come bomb the hell out of these British units. Lots and lots of airstrikes. So yes, I'm using up the, yeah, see, like I said, I'm using up, we only took out, in the naval battle, because there's also an air battle going on, I don't know how, if they've lost any in the air battle, but we lost a lot of those. Do I have more producing? Yes, good, I have some more producing. Let's just here. So is this almost, yes. There, okay, let's, don't know. That should be attached to, that'll be fine. I want to get through Belgium fast, very fast, hopefully. No, I like the motor torpedo boats. They're doing pretty good, I think. Oh, you should, yeah, just stop convoy rating, stay in harbor. We've been messed up and lost a few units. And they're cheap, small vessels. Yeah, just go back and if you can survive back into the port. Probably not. Well, you made it. Good. One of your division's going to defend there. Good. Supply. You supply over there a little bit. Yeah, they're getting involved in action. The Deutschland, the Scheer, the Strasway, oh, the Hipper's being hit hard. I lose the Hipper. Not what I want. Didn't want a naval battle. 11%. Going for the liners a bit. Okay, looks like we made it through. They lost a destroyer. Light cruiser and a destroyer. And we did what was important of getting 2 more divisions here. Okay. You attack there. No, actually, you come to here. You attack there. Cover that. And you guys press into Oslo. Get us another port. There. Just come that way. Yeah, not bad. Naval operations. Well, we lost quite a lot of ships against Norway. Oh, yes, it did in real life. Um, oh, yeah. Well, I don't need to replicate all the mistakes. But the point of playing these games. Okay, I think we're ready to go for this. So first we're going to hit Blitzkrieg. New decision there, and then we're going to hit the Fall Guild, which will auto-declare war on these little nations. Okay, so we're now here. The attack, I know it's just coming after a fairly weakish unit, but now I've also set up some units here to have some better river assault and urban assault to get into Amsterdam. Right through the swamp. I think from earlier playing, that's probably the best. Unattacked, but being hit from two directions. We have, and again, okay, another announcement if you haven't caught it. Black Ice return. It's not Black Ice. Third Reich Events returns the 8th Brigade division. Black Ice main team decided to go down to 7. My justification for returning it is twofold. One, it matches history to a significant degree. That's a big thing. And two, it's these things here, these transport units. They take high casualties. I love the concept of them, but I don't know if they should have been implemented and you just had, standard artillery, towed artillery, whatever for some of these other units and just have more units in here. What I have done, and I have not really gone in and looked yet if it's working right, but I have gone in and I talked to Exurgent and we did some research. The AI for Britain and for the US it starts out as early on as 7 brigades making divisions, then it switches to making 8 brigade divisions because that again matches what we feel is history. So you will be facing an AI that a little earlier for Britain, a little later for the US just because they're entering the war later, will be making fairly powerful divisions. The Soviets had very weak divisions and lots of divisions. And also, at all human players, for whatever country you're playing with, will have the ability to make an 8 brigade division. So human players, if you're playing a country, you'll have that. And a decision will pop up if you want 8 brigade divisions. Just click yes, and you'll have that choice. So humans can always make the choice. Whatever tiny, big, you don't like the Soviet way, you want to make big divisions. Great, go for it. Soviets mid late war did have some big divisions, but they were the guards divisions that were sort of formed, and we think that's probably bad for the AI because they have such a big front. If they make too many big divisions, it doesn't cover things as well. So again, the human can do it, the AI doesn't, but most divisions in the Soviets were sort of brigades that were called divisions. is sort of the thing. Early on, actually, before the Winter War, and maybe even a bit before that, Soviets had a lot of big divisions. But after all the officer purges and then trying in the Winter War, the skill levels of the commanders were pretty poor, and then with the oversight of the commissars, made everything worse. So they went down to smaller divisions, basically. Yeah. So yeah, and early on, the Americans started out with big divisions too, but go down to smaller divisions, but have a lot of support units um, on what's going on. So America does have big divisions later on, but Japan also had big divisions, infantry divisions, but in looking into them, they did not have a lot of support units that are in the game. Things like anti-tank units and specialty rockets, and didn't have a lot of for a lot of divisions didn't have anti-aircraft, any significant amounts of anti-aircraft guns. And a lot of infantry divisions would also not just have like a cavalry reconnaissance, they call it a regiment here, but it's not a regiment, it's more like a battalion or company or something in strength. But they actually would have a proper cavalry regiment as part of an infantry division. But without the supporting units, you can easily recreate that as a 7-brigade division. And again, Japan is either facing very large fronts in China and other places, or needs to sort of spread out on a lot of islands. So again, with history, even though they were big, they can be represented. Oh, and of course, if you don't know, you can come here and want to make and plus your strengths up, so that the an infantry brigade is larger, that has more manpower, so can take more casualties. So if you want to, and I have not looked into these other nations as to see what settings they have, just there's a lot to dig into, and so there's that way of simulating large Japanese divisions, say, without the support brigade. So we did not tell the AI to build that. What's Rick saying here? Ordered battle was fun as well. I completed. Oh, cool. Yeah. Capturing Moscow. Yeah, I love ordered battle. That is nice. I've, of course, played a lot of that. Rarely get to finish a whole pack. There's nothing new to come out, and I got other shiny things to play. So yeah, so we've gone to 8 brigades. I hope it works well. I hope it gives mid-late war challenges of having good, strong U.S. and British divisions battling the Germans. So we've fired Fall Gelb. So we have these units here. Push there. Didn't move him out. Maybe should have. I don't know. He's going to move up like that. He's going to move like that. That should give the Dutch up there a lot to think about. Now down here, they've nicely, very nicely, moved everything out of Maastricht. I don't know if there's some German collaborators in Dutch High Command or what, but that is very, very nice of them. We're going to make sure that we hit them hard. Fast. Now we've got to hit this big lump of units here. It's going to take a while to grind through them. We'll move past into here with that. Another fortress. And move these guys into pin forces there to keep them from coming out. They will get good to attack. Some of these units, like the Rommel there, I want to have them leap out once that attack is taken out. We're going to make a foolish attack here. Not this, but this. This. And you'll support this attack. This is a foolish attack, I know so. I wish there was you could do more of a pinning attack. I want to pin all these forces, but they're behind a huge Maginot Line wall, so they're not going to go anywhere fast. So I'm going to try to pour forces right through here, across Sedan, and in around, and do a mix. Some of it to head up through here, sort of, traditional Vollgelb, because Vollgelb was designed, originally they were going to do a, oh, leaf and plan reduct. I'll do it again. Come smash around a wheel around through here and circle around. It was more complex than that. That's what it was going to be. When those plans fell into the hands of the enemy, they needed to think of something new. So they decided to, start the war, do a push up here for sure, and hope that the great bulk of the reserve of the French army and the British army would come up into here, and then start to smash through here afterwards. This was a delayed attack, if you will. I'm not doing that, obviously. I'm attacking day 1, hour 1 here. And I know they're going to move a lot of forces up. It's going to take a while for me to get through here. And that's going to be okay, I hope. And I want to come through here, so we're going to come up and push, sort of classic there, but also push towards Paris and push down here to try to keep them from moving too much of these forces. They've also been attacking over here. I failed to mention that, but whatever. To push into here and sort of trap these forces where they are. That's the plan here. bombing. So let's make sure all of our fighters are coming up over here. And we should be. Now I don't know if I have much. No, it doesn't look like it. Been using a lot of my bombers as anti-shipping bombers. Looks like, yeah. I really don't. Oh, I may have some way out over here. Yes, I should have moved these guys. Okay, yeah, get these guys here. We'll bomb. Need to get these Stukas up close. I mean, just these guys a bit longer so we can have them a little further back. Probably HE, what are they? Yeah, HE 111s. Could have been moved over earlier if I was playing a bit more carefully. Have these guys out here bombing these invading vessels. Hope to take out a bunch. First aid has improved. Let that continue. Cruiser fire control, that will help once it gets upgraded. It's grayed out, it looks like. Projects as it is. Okay, so most all of these are green except for here. We can add another division, I guess. Okay, so we've pinned down that big mess of units. You guys come through like that. Coming back into Liège. Bombing us. Okay, well, let's get out from under the bombing. Belgium. But there. Also, Galland is shooting down the enemy. We'll deal with the overly big Belgian army. Their attacks do help. I have no idea if they're going to bring, and it would only be Hearts of Iron 4, of course. I have no idea if they're planning on doing to a PS4 or not. Have they brought any of the Paradox games to PS? Any of them? I don't think so, but I'm not sure. Okay, I think we should probably put in an armor division into this attack. Yeah, that changed the whole thing. Coming in. Nothing there. Oh, this looks like it's maybe almost undefended. Oh boy. Well. Move forward. The edge is skillfully undefended. That would be very helpful for us. Yeah, well, it looks like we are attacking into there. Wow, without Maastricht being defended, this has really changed things unexpectedly. For the good, but unexpectedly. Just one in Belgium. Good, and we're pinning our forces down here. Let's do that. See, yeah, I want him to come into here and attack down into another fortified attack. This is also a sort of stupid attack, if you will. Because it's against a fortified position, but I want to pin anything here from coming up and attacking me, because I'm right now moving through a very narrow corridor, and they can stop all movement just by their stupid attacks, if you will. I don't really know how far I should be drawing my attack lines, if you will, how optimistic, attack down into here, how forward thinking I should plan. It really is Sedan if you can get across there. You can start really punching deep. Okay, now here, the way we need to do is strategically remove this. It's going to be slow once we get it there. Hey, IKB, been a while. Good to have you here, my friend. Happy New Year. Getting a huge amount of forces in there, and that's worth it. Checked out of the battle, yeah. See right here, they're moving up these guys. I want to specifically use and them attack right down into there. Good. Armored HQs, nice. Doesn't really matter. I'm not playing this long term. We conquered Belgium. Well, Luxembourg, sorry. Luxembourg, not Belgium yet, boy. Not that going that fast. You also are gonna move fast, hopefully, and get in there. Block these forces. Duchies. Okay, my plan was to move this division around that way, but since Liège looks like it's going to fall early, we're gonna shift a little bit and push into there. They just don't seem to be able to get the AI to like plan that even though this province is friendly, it's not well defended to, God, if they just let us have a nice human interface set up to program defensive plans, you could do this so much better. And you can even have it a bit randomized, have like 5 or 10 defensive plans for Belgium and have it weighted. Well, this one, is a 50% chance of being used because it's sort of considered the best. But just so it's not always the same, have 5 other plans or something that each a 10% chance of being used and could be good, would be good. But no, they're smarter than that. They can do better. Uh-huh. Okay, these guys here are now going to attack there, while these guys try to race across. Oh, are they already in battle? Oh, we lost this battle. Oh, there. Okay, there, these. We might as well push into here if we can. Yeah, maybe into Namur if it's undefended enough. I'm not expecting it, but you never know. That division, this division into there. Just keep hitting, and that one as well. Save this. Going good. The new Black Ice is very stable compared to some of the earlier versions. Very good. Well, I want to keep these episodes short, so we're going to end this here. Not the live stream, guys. You can all hang out, but those watching later on YouTube, I want to thank you so much. I hope the new year is doing well for you. We'll be a few days in by the time you see this. Thank you so much. Hopefully, we'll be doing great things this year on the channel. So see you next time for more, yes, even more Hearts of Iron.